true story has a clear beginning, middle, or end. But sometimes you have to take that chance of making a change in your life without knowing what's going to unfold next. This is my story. Ladies and gentlemen, my partners, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Bridget Matlou. I'm a motivational speaker, a founder of an organization called Destiny Reach. The organization operates solely to propel human potential and to assist people through life purposes. I joined Partners for Possibility on a divine connection that even now it's still beyond Mariki and my comprehension. If I were to tell you the conversation we had, you will get goosebumps, because at the present moment I'm standing in awe of how the universe works. My reason for being at Partners for Possibility was to learn more and to unleash to the world what I know and to learn from others. I'm not alone, I'm with my partner, my beautiful partner. Please stand aside. Thank you. Mary Ramashala. I believe shortly she will tell her own story. Next slide, please. She will be sharing the history. I will be tackling the challenges that we had at the school. It was drugs that we encountered. There was lots of drug abuse. Next slide. Gangster violence and teenage pregnancy. Lack of running water and parents' involvement. What I have realized with our youth is that the reason they get into violence, drugs, it's merely the fact that we as teachers, parents, community, we have detached ourselves from the physical engagement with our children, and to such an extent that we have given them away to technology to rule their world, and it lures them to encounter themselves into life-threatening adventures. And in the process, our community, our youth is destroyed. We had action plans in order. As a motivational speaker, I speak to transform people's lives. I speak to earn an income. And in this case, it was just part of my leadership, servanthood. We started engaging with the learners, not only on their academic lives, but also to tap into their personal lives and assist them to remember and acknowledge the responsibilities they have towards their own lives. The responsibility of taking care of themselves while they're young, and to acknowledge their mistakes and also adhere to the consequences and learn from the mistakes. That's me, January, when we opened. I was addressing the learners. Next slide, please. For the parents' involvement, as we realize that there is a code that says it takes a village to raise a child. But at the present moment, I am not sure if that code is still applicable to our current days of lives. So with our school, what we did is we came up with a strategy that for the parents to be involved, for the principal and the learners and the teachers to create a relationship with the community, they need to take part in upholding the good standard of the school. So they came and cleaned the yard, and at the end of the day, when the yard was clean, all the learners were now given their new stationery to literally start a new year on a clean slate. This is part of community building. Next slide. I'm now going to hand over to my partner, who will take Over from me.
Thank you very much, partner. All protocol observed. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mary Ramashala. As it has been indicated here, I'm the school principal of Mmatshipi. I joined PFP only because I just wanted to transform the community that I serve and also to transform my own school. When I first heard about PFP, I was having about 4 years at the school. If I quickly go to the history of the school, next slide, it will tell us that the school started way before I was born. And when I joined the school, I joined it from 18% the previous year as grade 12 results. And I managed to get 80% or 80.4%. And for that, I gained somehow credibility and the trust of the community. And when I joined PFP, I joined it because there was only one thing that I want. I had only 4 years experience teaching. I mean, as a principal, even though my school had dropped, but I knew that I would get my colleagues so that we can be able to share the good practices, and therefore I'm going to be the best principal ever. All right, here we were strategizing with my partner. The aim was to make sure that we make my school a school of excellence, the best school, and also to transform me as the principal to become the best principal ever. And out of the strategies that we came up with, you'll see them in the next slide. Here, that's where we were attending our workshop, the Flawless Consulting workshop, and those are the moments that which we remember. Next slide. Okay, this is what we've learned from each other. That is through the workshops, one-on-one sessions, and all those kind of things. Next slide, please. Okay. In strategizing, one of the strategies that we came up with, out of the challenges that which I discussed with my partner, was that I did not have a very good parental involvement at my school. So one of the strategies was that we invite parents at school per grade so that we can be able to touch each and every parent, or can be able to talk to each and every parent for almost each and every learner, even though it can't be 100%, but at least we'll be having 90%. And another one, next slide, please. Another strategy that we came up with was camping. And this pictures that you see here was camping for grade 12, 2018, that was the previous year. But even now, as I'm speaking, my learners are at school, sleeping at school. On the mattresses, like there's some, they don't even have the mattresses, they just take the cupboards and they sleep on them. But what they know is that it's not a holiday, it's a camp. And they are there just to make sure that at the end of the day, they give us good results. And that is the strategy that comes from my partner. And from the community involvement that she was talking about, community building workshop, thank you, Mariki. And then we've been able to engage with parents. They're coming forward. I'm here today, I'm here now. No teacher is at school, only parents are there guiding the learners. I knock off at 11 every evening, come back to Polokwane from Mmatshipi, that is 33 kilometers away from town. But I leave my learners with my parents because they are now engaging. We have found a way to engage the community. Thank you very much. Next slide. Motivation and motivation and motivation.
We've learned and discovered skills and talent from other people. We build community. And I look at all of you and we are all smiling. We are a big family. Next slide. We have learned a lot. What I have learned is that the more steps I take in development, the more I leave behind with the milestones that I have achieved. Next slide. We embrace each other's differences. Next slide. Coming together is the beginning. Keeping it together is a process. Working together is success. Thank you.